out loud.
Journalist. A book claiming that a new drug has dangerous side effects has recently been criticized by a prominent physician. However, the physician is employed by the company that manufactures the drug and hence probably has personal reasons to deny that the drug is dangerous. Therefore, the critique does not provide legitimate grounds to reject the book's claims about the drug's side effects. And the reasoning in the journalist argument is most vulnerable to criticism on which of the following grounds?
So what is our conclusion here?
The therefore the critique does not.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
So
okay.
yeah, therefore, so we're saying, hey, this book claims that this new drug has dangerous side effects, has been criticized by this, fancy physician. So this physician is criticizing this book that's saying, hey, this drug has side effects. And the journalist then says, however, this physician is employed by the company that makes the drug and probably has personal reasons to deny that the drug is dangerous. So
Right.
we're like, hey, like, look at this, like he's involved, like he might be biased. But then we go on to the therefore, and we're like, therefore, the critique does not provide legitimate grounds to reject the book's claim. So whenever we have flaw questions, we want to make a prediction here as well, where
Okay.
we want to ask ourselves, what is the author assuming, or what is the author failing? Like, what assumption is the author making, or what is the author failing to consider or ignore that makes this conclusion invalid? And so, what would be your prediction for this question?
I had two.
Okay.
I had two predictions when I read this. I was like, okay, so he's saying basically that if you work there, you would be biased, right? Like you're gonna obviously say, no, it's not. I mean, buy my drug. No, I'm like, or two, he's like just literally being like, it doesn't even matter that you work there. Like the whatever personal reasons to deny the drug, it's not enough for you to
Like,
say.
could he absolutely have reason to deny this book's claim, but
Right.
also be right?
Yes.
So my example of this is the one I give about Bill Gates and the COVID vaccine. People that only say like, oh, well, the vaccine must be dangerous because Bill Gates is going to make a lot of money off of it. Like, is it enough of a reason? Like, I mean, like it could be true, right?
Right.
Like, who knows? Like maybe it is dangerous, but couldn't Bill Gates make a lot of money off of it and the vaccine still be safe?
Yes.
And so I always go back, because I don't know where people's stances on that, like on the vaccine at all. But truly, all I'm saying is like that information alone is not sufficient to guarantee that the vaccine is not safe.
Right.
Just like here, just because he has some type of bias doesn't guarantee that what he's saying is not legitimate.
Right.
And so when we go through these answer choices, we want to ask ourselves, what is the argument? We want to ask ourselves for each answer, does this happen and is it a problem? So
Okay.
does this happen or is it a problem? So go ahead and start with A. You can
Okay.
say out loud.
It fails to address adequately the possibility that the critique of the book called into question other claims made in the book in addition to the claim that the drug has dangerous side effects. I was like, no.
What does it fails to address adequately mean? Adequately mean?
Um, like it, I like it, it'll, like, if it would have completely jumped into something else, like if the conclusion like completely jumped to something else and just
Yeah.
didn't even acknowledge.
I just say it ignores. So the
Right.
author ignores the possibility that the critique of the book called in question other claims made in the book in addition to, like, we don't care about that at all, right?
Right.
All right, so we can
And
cross that one
and I don't think that's happening. Like I don't think
off.
he's ignoring it.
Excellent. All right, so let's go on to B.
Okay, B. It takes for granted that anyone even remotely associated with a company that manufactures a drug is unable to fairly weigh evidence concerning possible dangerous side effects of the drug. And I kept that one.
Okay, so So it takes for granted. So once again, it takes for granted. That just means ignores, right? It ignores that anyone even remotely associated with the company that manufactures the drug is unable to fairly weigh evidence concerning possible dangerous side effects.
You know what? In my head, I put takes for granted assumes. It assumes. And it takes for granted it is ignores.
Yes, it takes for
Oh,
granted is it ignores. Or wait, no, it takes for granted. No, it could be it assumes. Assumes is fine. It takes for granted. Sorry, it overlooks the possibility is ignores. So it assumes,
okay.
you were right, sorry. It
Okay.
assumes that anyone even remotely associated with a drug company that manufactures a drug is unable to fairly weigh evidence concerning yeah, I like that one so far. Does
Yeah.
that happen? Yes. Is it a problem? Yes. Okay, but let's go on to C.
Okay. C. It overlooks the possibility that the author of the book was biased for personal reasons in favor of the claim that the drug has dangerous side effects. So I got rid of it because I was like, I don't think he's ignoring that the author book was biased. Like he
Well,
did it.
like yeah, we don't know if the book was biased. There's no reason to assume that the book was biased. Our issue is not with the author of the book.
Right.
Awesome. So we can cross C off.
Mm-hmm. D. It fails to adequate. It fails to address adequately the possibility that someone who has personal reasons to deny a claim may nonetheless provide legitimate grounds for denying that claim. And I kept that one.
Okay, so what is this answer choice saying? It's kind of tricky.
I know. So it fails to address adequately. So like he's saying like, oh, he is ignoring that his personal reasons to deny it are not legitimate for denying the claim. And I was like, well, yeah, that he is doing that. He's like, no, your personal reasons don't matter because you're affiliated with the company. So
Yeah, I like D too. So we're gonna leave this one and let's go on to E.
E says it overlooks the possibility that even if a critique does not provide legitimate grounds to reject a claim, this failure need not to be the result of any personal biases of the author. And I was like, I had to, I stayed stuck there. Um, so it ignores that even if a critique does not provide legitimate grounds to reject a claim, this failure need not to be the result of any personal biases of the author. And I was like, okay, it ignores that even if a critique does not provide.
Even if a critique does not provide legitimate grounds to reject a claim, may not need to be the result of any personal biases. This failure. Oh, they're saying like okay, so it ignores the possibility, so it doesn't consider that even if a critique does not provide legitimate grounds to provide so even though they don't provide legitimate reasons for rejecting the book, it might not be because of personal biases of the author of the book, which we don't care about. I don't think that this physician has personal biases towards the author of the book. Do you think?
No.
I don't like that one. Do you?
So like I didn't like keep it as an answer choice, but I didn't cross it out. I just kind of like I was like, I need to reread that again.
Do you get what it's saying now?
I do get what it's saying now. Yeah, like it's not towards the author, it's more like towards the drug itself.
Like it's like he's gonna be he's biased against like what the book is saying, but it's not like he has a personal vendetta against the author. It's not like, oh, the author, blah blah blah. This. So now we have two answers that we like.
Mm-hmm.
And so on flaw questions, these are top down questions. So they tend to be more mild, and there's something about one of these that is just too much that makes it wrong.
Okay.
So I want you to read these two again and think about what possibly does the author truly assume or ignore this completely, because the whole answer choice has to be correct. So go ahead and start with B.
Okay. It takes for granted that anyone even remotely associated with a company that manufactures a drug is unable to fairly weigh evidence concerning possible dangerous side effects of that drug. Now that you put it like that, when you said, maybe something is too much, I'm starting to think outside the box and being like, anyone even remotely associated, like what if it's the trash person?
Yes, exactly. Anyone. And what is remotely associated? We don't assume, I feel like a physician and someone else remote, like what is remotely associated?
Yeah.
We don't
I'm
assume
like,
that. And so we're D. Can we see how much more mild of an answer choice D is then?
yeah, now I'm like, okay, it fails to address adequately the possibility that someone who has personal reasons to deny a claim may nonetheless provide legitimate grounds for denying that claim. I'm like,
We're like, yes, okay, that I could see that.
oh man, I see how they treat